Marco Sassone an impressive impression.
I was born from a family of artists, and it was an organic process. I just happened to pick up some brushes and start painting.
Located here in San Francisco, Marco Sassone creates his artistic masterpieces in this renovated factory, which he calls his home and studio. Sassone, an Italian immigrant, has achieved the American dream of success. He has climbed the ladder of recognition within visual art.
I'm a painter that deals with oil and canvases, and I would like to communicate my inner thoughts and myself through my work to the public. But I refuse to give it a label. At the moment, it's a way of life. It's not just dealing with the arts or painting per se. It's some sort of a necessity, a need to fulfill your soul, a need to paint, a need to continue this craziness and this obsession with colors and paint and so forth. Why do you make art? Why is the Pope in Rome? You have to take it from the standpoint that it's a job like anyone, like any other job. Some people think that a painter, oh, you are a painter? Yes, I'm a painter, I paint. Oh, but what job do you do? Well, I just told you I'm a painter. So, well, what these recurring questionings are is that still now, with all the publicization of art and with all this news about art, the old concept is still in the head of the people that art and a painter, a real painter, is really something that he does it on his spare time, and he probably should have another job. Perhaps I am in a fortunate position that I am able to do this. And for this, I am glad for the rest of my life. I'm glad for the joy, for the sorrow, for everything that this painting has given me so far, and I wouldn't change anything. That goes back to the early days in Florence, where I was a student, and I learned and I studied the school of the Macchiaioli painters. These people were a current of painters parallel to the French Impressionism. There is always an idea that you start with. My world has always been a visual one. My roots are very figurative, so obviously, even though you're painting in the studio, due to the sizes of the canvases, certain aspects of the outside world are coming in. I am doing my work, I am painting. Perhaps, maybe, I hope that I will have an effect on the evolution of art. It could be the reward for many painters, but in art, like in many things, this is the reward of few people. It's getting up in the morning and getting in the studio to paint. It is something that it's almost like an illness. It's an obsession. All these put the artist on an edge. But when the artist is on an edge is when he's responding with his fullest capabilities. The painters have become so totally involved with life itself because they are responding to everything, to the crumbling of the walls in Europe, to the starvation of the children in Africa, to the problems of the AIDS, to the problem of the homeless, and so forth. And I am sure that these items will enter the elusiveness of the pigment itself. Art itself and the painting itself takes its own course, takes its own way, and you have limited powers on what you're going to do with it. And the talent of the artist is to work with this, to work with this freedom, and to let development occur, to let the artwork become in front of your eyes without restrictions.